welcome to the If I Had More Time podcast. I'm so excited to be here today. My name's Liz Garcia.
You're back. It's not like you went anywhere.
You're right. I've been here. I've been, behind the sound booth the whole time, of course, tuning into these amazing conversations that you two have been having.
It's been really fun.
But today I'm here with my husband,
Yes.
Rody Garcia.
You're like a guest this time.
I am.
You're opening it, but then I'm going to take it over for a bit.
I don't know what to do with myself.
And then I'm going to interview you guys.
Yeah.
And then you and Rody together will ask us some questions.
Yeah.
This is so fun. So I know it's November, right?
Yes.
Your anniversary?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember that. Is it the 13th?
Second.
Okay, it was kind of close.
Yeah.
So close.
Yeah.
Just a couple days
You
off.
got the month
Yeah.
right.
I know. I got the
Honestly,
Yeah,
I'm
I
impressed.
remember
I don't
you.
know
Yeah.
what month you guys
And
were
it'll be
married.
2 years?
Yeah.
Oh
Coming
my
2 years.
gosh, this is so great. I just love it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there'll be 2, and on November 2nd, we'll be 29 on November 9th.
No
Oh.
way.
So 1 week after you guys will be
Yeah.
29
Oh my
years.
goodness. 29 years,
29.
you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody, I forgot to tell Eric this. Someone just said to me yesterday, they're like, "So how old were you when you got married?" Because they've been listening to like your sermons and stuff, and they're like, "I'm not getting the math right." Like,
Yeah.
or so I forgot she said it. She was so cute, but basically like, and I was like, no, I was really young,
Very
just like
young.
you think.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
It does math out, and then it shows how young you
It
were.
does. It actually does.
All right, so just so everyone knows, Rody is one of our executive pastors. He's the executive pastor of multiplication and outreach. So all the new congregations that we're launching, Rody leads the teams that does that, and all that we do with outreach in our cities, that also reports to Rody. And also, he was the first staff member to get COVID.
Antibody Roddy.
Yeah, and we used to call him Antibody Roddy.
Yeah.
For that nickname had a ring to it.
I block out most of those years except that part. That's
Yeah,
just like the
that
highlight.
was a
It
fun-
was
yeah,
the
I
highlight.
love being patient zero. Yeah.
I remember calling
You
you.
were-
You answered the phone, patient 0.
Yeah.
And I was like,
That's so
I was
funny.
like, okay, good. He still has.
Yeah.
He's gonna be.
Because I knew you cared, but I also knew you were curious.
I was
I was
curious.
ready for the phone
Yeah.
call. Yeah.
You're killing it, by the way, Roddy. I mean, like, thank you for all you do. It's so
amazing.
cool to see what God's doing with all the congregations, and you're such an integral part of that. So
Totally.
I'm really,
Privilege, guys.
really, really grateful for
Thank you for trusting me.
And then Liz is our content pastor, but a lot of, she's one of the most well-known people in our church because of this podcast.
That's very
It's true.
true.
Hilarious.
That's true.
Like
So funny.
I'm no offense, Roddy, but
No.
hardly anyone knows who you are.
I prefer it that way. I prefer it that way.
That is really
Okay.
true.
Okay, however, I will tell this story because we're talking about dating and engagement. When we got engaged, I showed up at church one weekend and I had a ring on my finger.
For
and
sure.
it drew attention of one of the safety volunteers that I regularly work with. And he said, "Oh my gosh, do you have an engagement ring on? I didn't even know that you were dating anybody. Who is it?" And I told them, "Well, do you know Rody Garcia?" And this man goes, "Oh my gosh, you're great and all, but he is an amazing guy. Like you're
Oh, that's
here
so cool.
and he's like here."
Oh, wow. He
Yeah.
did the hand thing.
Wow.
He-
You're like-
he-
you're like,
he put me
thanks.
on levels
Wow.
with him.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
so while people might know
I'm
me
not sure if I
widely,
like that or don't
I
like
know,
that.
I know,
Yeah.
but the people that do know Roddy,
true.
they know him deeply.
That is true.
He's been around for a long time.
I think that is those who know
It is true.
Roddy have a deep love and respect and admiration for him.
I totally agree with that guy. By the way, you're awesome.
So this message, the reason I thought, and Liz and I, when we planned out, all of the guests thought it would be great for both of you, and then we just told you have to be on here, Roddy.
Yeah. I said, yes, sir. Here I am.
As Kay and I've shared, there's some things that are different about dating now in this time than when we dated.
For starters, all the words, like
Mhm.
the talking stage,
Yeah, there's more stages now.
Yeah, we had like
Oh,
we
yeah.
had like date get married.
And then there's like social media has confused it a little bit, or complicated a bit. Like, do you post? Do you not post?
Right.
Is there?
That's important.
Yeah,
It's called
we
the
didn't even
soft
have
launch.
social media.
Right.
Yeah, soft launch.
Do you trust
hard
someone
launch.
if they don't have social media? That's like a whole thing.
Oh wow, I didn't even think about that.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Because
Yeah.
if they don't have social, then
They're, like,
then why
hiding?
not?
Do they have something to hide? That's like a thing. So,
100%.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
even think about
Oh
that
wait,
one.
you
Yeah.
you think they do this?
Oh, I think so. I mean, if you're in no one's photos, if I can't even find like a friend of yours, I'm like, are you a bot? You
Yeah.
should. you
Or
certainly
maybe
think
they're
you're
like
real.
in witness protection.
Oh,
That's
man.
probably not good either, though.
yeah.
Anyway.
It's more
But at least more
complicated
interesting.
now.
Yeah.
Better stories.
yeah. I'm sure it's more fun.
So I thought it'd be good for us to hear a little about your story because you guys, Rody did find you and pursue you.
Yeah.
Coming up on 2 years now, and what the dating scene has been like.
Yeah.
During your time compared to when way back in the day.
Way back in the day.
When we were dating, and then what, things that you're proud of of how you did it, because I really do believe you dated with integrity, and I know that you also, both of you had dated other people, and you're proud of how those people were treated, which I love that because I know some of the other people, and I know that people were treated with honor and care, that a date can end and it not end badly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean so I just respected so much both of you on how you handled singleness, and then how you handled dating, and then how you handled the pursuit of one another. So first big question. Think about not each other right now, but just the dating in general time. What are you proud of how as a Christian you navigated the complexity? Because a lot of sociologists are saying it is the most complex time in human history to date, because of all the online aspects of it, all the quote unquote options, the apps and all. And then you have people waiting longer to get married than ever before in American history, lower marriage rates than ever before in American history. It's a complex time. So when you look back at the season of your singleness, what are you proud of?
Yeah. Man, the first thing that comes to mind is I think I used that time well. I as much as singleness was both when I was actively seeking to date or when I wasn't, I think I prioritized friendship. And so one of the principles I really embraced was, hey, when you're single, you can go wide. And in terms of friends, like you're able to do more things, say yes to more things, be in that kind of relationship. Whereas when you're committed to someone or in a relationship or married, you go deeper with that person. So your capacity just looks different. And honestly, I think being a good friend translated into being a good husband.
Oh, that's huge, man.
Yeah. So I think I used my singleness well to really pour into friendship and brotherhood. And as much as I found Liz, it's like I had a lot of help because of that investment. Yeah.
And
That's really good.
And I know that you have been a great friend to people on staff here, but I also know guys in our church that, like, you led life groups and Rody groups and invested in
That's right.
men your age and even a bit younger men than you. But it's really, this is the first time I heard you articulate that. I love it. That I know it was bearing fruit in those people's lives, because I know how people respect you. But you're saying that even helped you learn some relational skills that transferred over to your marriage.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, how you deal with it's like multiply everything by 10, but how you navigate conflict, how you learn another person and their style. And while, there's clear divide and clear difference between friendship and marriage, just how you can care for someone who is different from you, like that's a lesson that blesses all of your relationships.
Yeah.
So.
I think there's so much wisdom in what you also said about that the reality of that things do change. Like before you find that person that you're going to be committed to, you can go really wide.
Yeah.
Like I mean, you can say it's not going to change, but it just does.
Yeah.
Like when you choose to go deep, it just takes more time.
That's
It
right.
takes more time to go
You mean
deep.
your relationships pre-marriage, they do change a bit.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
There's not, I mean, if you're going to go deep with the person that you're committed to,
Which you, of course, want to do.
Yes.
of course, then the wideness of the relationships prior has to change.
That's right.
Like you just don't have the
can't.
bandwidth to do both.
Yeah.
And so I think but if they're healthy, good relationships, then they'll be fine.
And
they'll get it.
And
you know?
they actually respect it.
Yeah.
I think for us that was a little different because we got married so young, and so like none of our friends were getting married.
Right.
And so it was like we were spending so much time together, which I do not regret.
Of course not.
Of
Of course you would not regret spending time with me.
I mean, why would I possibly? But it was also like no one else got it yet, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's just
Right.
so much wisdom in saying that.
But then when they
Yeah.
got married, they got it.
When
Yeah.
they got married
Like,
or
oh.
found their person, they got
Right.
it, right?
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
What about you? What are you proud about how you handled the singleness season?
Yeah, I think it's kind of weird to use the word proud when I think about it, but I am. And I think it was important that I just threw all of me into understanding who God was. And I know that sounds like just the good Christian answer that I'm supposed to give, but I think it helped me a lot in dating not compare myself, because when you are single, you
Mm.
are watching the people around you. We were your friends in that story. We were
Yeah.
the ones who didn't get it
Okay.
because we weren't married yet, but we had the friends, of course, in our circles who were getting married.
Yeah.
And if you weren't really rooted and really grounded in who you are, you would feel pressure to move at things that really wasn't God's best for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that in singleness, there's a big risk of losing faith and trust that God has good things for you. And you can rush too far ahead and settle or grow bitterness
Mm.
That's
and
what I was thinking. Yeah.
frustration. Like,
Mhm.
so I clung to Psalm 16, that the boundary lines have fallen for me in pleasant
Oh, that's
places.
a great verse.
Surely I have a delightful inheritance. I mean, that one, I just ask God,
Yeah.
like, etch it on my heart,
Yeah.
get it down to the marrow of my bones. And same thing with what Rody is sharing. That comparison thing and the feeling behind doesn't change once you're married, because then it's about, well, when do you buy a house and when do you have kids
Yeah.
and everybody else around me has this, that, and the other. So the things that God put into me to truly find my identity in him and him alone, and not be rushed by the patterns of the world, but really what he had for me and where he was leading me, that of course is still in me now and is serving me now.
That's a great illustration for
Yeah, it
both
really
of
is.
you, that God used the singleness season to do a greater work in you that actually then makes your union
Yeah.
stronger.
Totally.
All right, so you're friends for a while. I'm backing up, not to
Yeah.
not till the current state. This
Yes.
this
They
is
were
the-
also work colleagues.
yes.
Yes.
And during the friendship stage, outside of the office, how much time did you guys spend together?
Very little in groups.
Groups.
Yeah.
But
Always in groups.
Never with just each other, which I do think is important, because there's a lot of situationships happening and those are very confusing.
Wait, what's that?
Another term.
I love
We
learning.
should have been having.
No, this is
you
excellent.
haven't heard of a
Wait, do you know what it means,
situationship?
Rody?
My
Man, I can
context
speak-
clues.
Yeah, I
context
think I can.
clues.
Okay, yes, same. But tell me anyway.
I think let me say that. Let me guess based on the
Yeah,
context.
you can
clues.
break it down. Break it down.
So it's people who would be working together, but then they start spending one-on-one time together, but they're not really a relationship. But everybody's like, man, something's going on. That's a situationship.
Yeah, they're acting
that's
like
not
they're.
at all what I would have said.
What would you have said?
It's very wrong. Go ahead.
Okay, we'll move on. It's the dating without the title. It's reaping a lot of the benefits without commitment. It's I get to like lean on you and call you at night and do all, like, even hang out one-on-one with each other, and it's not necessarily like physical in any nature, but it's a lot of
It can
times
be
like
emotional, if
it's-
not physical.
So it's like
Yeah.
a Christian version of Friends with Benefits.
Yes.
it's a great
And maybe
great
not
way
just
to
Christian
describe it.
version.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
totally.
it's a moral version of Friends with Benefits.
Yes.
But is it typically work colleagues?
No,
Or just
no,
friends?
no.
But-
I think it can be friends.
So
too.
I'm going
It
to
is-
define a term for the listener. They may not know. So friends with benefits is when
Yes.
people are friends, but they're going to engage with each other sexually, but with no commitment.
I feel like that's
Right.
impossible personally. To like, how can it be just friends?
It violates what the scripture says about sex, right? That-
Impossible.
Yeah.
Well, right, because now you're bound whether you
Yeah,
want to be or
it-
not.
Yeah.
But that's how the
Yeah.
world defines that. And then the situationship is better than that because there's not a physical, violation
be.
of one another.
There
Mhm.
could be, but
Mhm.
But it's more of the emotional lean on one another.
Mhm.
And you guys didn't do that.
We did not.
So
to
you're-
clarify.
No.
So
Yeah.
prior to dating,
yeah.
prior to Roddy asking you on a date,
Yes.
you guys would be with groups.
How many are in these groups?
It would be at Disneyland. There was like 10 or 12 people.
Oh
A
yeah,
lot of
I
people.
kept wanting to be invited on one of those trips because
Oh.
I saw
I'm
Roddy's.
so glad you were not
Aw.
invited on
I
this, though.
saw Roddy. No, Roddy has like a whole plan for Disney.
I know. Yeah, he's a genius. He has plans for
Anyway.
everything.
Okay.
It's true.
But
Got lots of
you would
spreadsheets.
I
go and
know.
you would try to match people up in stuff.
I could have sped this one up.
Yeah.
No, it's worked out perfectly.
It did work out perfectly.
All
Okay.
right, so groups of 10 or 12 at Disneyland.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, and then who decided? Was it you first, Roddy, that made some type of pursuit?
I had some help.
Yeah.
So I think again having like that investment in those friendships and just guys who knew me and knew my heart, and so when we talk about how there was a moment walking into Rooted, our senior pastor you.
Me.
You-
Hey,
That's
guys.
you. That's
Yeah.
you. You walked in the parking lot and kind of pull me over, and I'm just immediately cataloging like, oh my gosh, what is this going to be about? Because well, we have a relationship. I was like, what did I do wrong? And you say, hey, essentially, are you interested in Liz? And I get bashful and I'm like, no, she's like work colleague, like all the right answers. And you just wisely said, man, like two people who love the Lord. If there should ever be anything, I would just ask that you move quickly. You know, really, it was a protection of Liz
Yeah.
and for me.
Totally for both of you.
That's how I remember it.
Yeah.
Um,
Because we've seen, and I know the listener has too, where two amazing people, and I think of both of you as amazing now, and I did then 2 years ago or 2.5 years ago, whenever that conversation was, and you've just seen people where the dating lasts too long, and then people get hurt and friends get hurt. So I was like, man, you guys, and really in all of my years of leading, I never had two people on my leadership team date.
Yeah, that's complicated.
Yeah, it worked by God's grace.
Yeah.
But I was like, hey, listen.
Yeah.
I'm seeing some sparks. I did see some sparks
No,
between you.
he told me that a couple different times.
And I thought it would be amazing, but to respect Liz, hey man, I don't mean like marry her tomorrow, but move quickly.
I'm so proud of you for like matchmaking.
No.
I'm
The
so glad he
match
did
the
that.
match was already happening. It was just me.
It was God's
Yeah.
kindness, because I mean the fact is, like, we at that time shared an office wall.
Yes.
Wow.
I had a leader who I respect see something, and I immediately took that to community, and guys who knew me who were able to like plug into questions, and it took several months for me to actually like work up the courage, because I had some other factors to.
Tell the truth.
Oh,
Several months, like
6
7
months.
months.
Okay,
He
several,
says-
couple, half a
Really?
year.
So Roddy, you were interested in her for that long
Yeah.
before you
Yeah.
you had to get a spreadsheet ready and everything?
No,
Yes.
but this is what I love about this. I love this. I'm gonna love that you're sharing this, because there's a lot of guys in our
Yeah,
church,
that's right.
our church that way, and they wonder if it's gonna be okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
And I love that you went to community.
Yeah.
That you had men around you that you could share with. Here's the deal. Roddy was not a player.
No, honey.
No, and so sometimes the guys who
Yeah.
are not the players, who are the good guys,
Yeah.
they feel like they don't have the skill, but the reality is they have like the sanctified skill, like
Yeah.
the instinct you had to go to others and get wisdom. Man, it's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And there's some other barriers of working together and what does that mean and all that. But whatever the situation, it essentially came down to a moment of, I'm not going to say the perfect words.
Yeah.
And I had there's a movie called We Bought a Zoo, and the whole thing is like, would you do if you had just like 20 seconds of insane courage? And that is kind of, honestly, it was like what I blundered into when I asked Liz on a date. And so
Actually, a really funny story.
it's
Where,
an
where,
awkward
I
story.
don't think I heard. Where were you when you asked her?
Yeah, and did you see it coming?
I really didn't. Roddy and I. This is gonna sound. I feel embarrassed saying this part.
I love
but
it.
we used to play hangman sometimes on on my whiteboard in my room.
In
You
your
mean in
office?
your office?
In your
Wait,
office.
what did I say?
In
Not
your,
my room,
Not your
sorry.
room.
My office.
Yeah.
And Roddy had put one on the whiteboard that had been there for weeks, you guys. He left it on my whiteboard for weeks, and he was trying to play it one afternoon, and Earl, our beloved chief operating officer,
I love this story already.
he would
know.
not leave us alone. Earl hung out in the office with us until like 6 p.m.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So this was like, I
Yes.
built up a bunch of courage. I'm like, we're gonna finally play this game of hangman, which was my master plan to ask her out, because it was like this cute thing between us.
You were gonna spell it.
Yeah,
Date or
like
something?
coffee sometime was
Okay,
what
great.
it was. Yeah, it was gonna be so smooth, so fun, so cute, so perfect.
So
But literally
cute.
revolving door of people in the office. We could never get a minute. So at this point, I'm up in arms, like angry with everybody. And then we're driving away, and we're happening to be taking the same route on the road. And
Mhm.
so she ends up in front of me. So I just lose my mind, like, you got to be kidding me.
Mhm.
So I just in that 20 seconds of courage, pulled out the phone, made the phone call.
Tell
I
us.
don't even remember what I
That's
said.
awesome, man.
Right,
I'm so glad you did.
And it was just this, disclaimer. If this doesn't work out, I'm so sorry. Blah blah blah. But would you be willing to go out sometime?
Yeah.
And she said yes.
You said yes right then.
Of course, yeah. And
Great.
he even gave me an out, like, if you need time to think about it. But I would say
So sweet.
this is another, like, principle, I guess, for dating too. I had decided a long time ago that I was going to say yes whenever guys asked me out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that one, regardless of if I thought that they were somebody that I would end up with, and it might be after one date that I would really clearly communicate.
But just give them a chance.
Give them a chance, and also see, like, what is it in me that, like, just to essentially judge a person based off of very little that I know about them, to say no to them, that feels unfair. And
Wow.
and I kind of feel like there's, like, an honoring of the process. I really wanted to be married, and I felt like I needed to honor the process, that when the guy works up the courage and he asks you out, you should say yes. So I already kind of had that, but I also would have said yes to you regardless, even if I didn't have that principle. But it was kind. I remember him being super caring and careful about it, but I just said yeah right away.
What if you had spelled out coffee date and Earl thought you were asking him?
Come on. Very possible.
Come on.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know Earl, you would know how
Yeah.
So funny.
It's so
insane that would be.
perfect.
So,
I love this story.
It's awesome.
Okay, so you said yes,
I said yes.
and then you went on your date, and then did you both? How soon after that first date did you each know, like, okay, this is someone I could see spending the rest of my life with?
yeah. It's funny because I think, I remember. This is gonna sound. This is just me. I probably changed clothes like 5 times, 6 times, trying to figure out, like, what do you wear. So that was probably saying something. Like, I just wanted this to be
I
like,
think so.
you
Yeah.
know. So I still have the outfit, the date outfit. I know it doesn't fit anymore, but still have that. And so that was like something. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I really
Yeah.
care about this. So that was kind of the first clue. And then we ended up at this, like, mid restaurant that we won't name because they were doing a soft opening, and maybe it's better now. But we ended up there. So the food wasn't awesome. And so that was like, oh, like, now all that's left is the quality of the conversation. Like, what are we gonna do? But what was great is that, again, we had been friends, had already a sense of who each other was. And then, fast forward the clock, by the end of the night, I just remember being overwhelmed by, man, I know a friendship is there.
Yeah.
But, like, what would it be to, it's so funny to talk about it now, but, like, I kind of just want to hold her hand.
Oh,
Like,
that's legit.
like,
Yeah.
like, what would,
What does that feel like? Yeah.
what would that be like?
Yeah.
And, it wasn't the moon and the stars and the sky and this grand plan, but it's like, I know a friendship is there, but, like, what is moving from friendship into
And
a different type of relationship
Mhm.
that maybe starts with holding hands. Like,
Yeah.
it was that innocent.
yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah,
That's
that those were kind of the two. I cared a lot about what I wore, and I really wanted to hold your hand.
Yeah.
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 At the
That's so pure, man. That's so pure. I love it.
It's so sweet.
Yeah.
At the end of our first date, I remember coming home, and I lived with one of my dear friends, and Kirby, who many of you know. And I walked in, and she, of course, is like, "Oh man, being a girl's awesome." She was like sitting on the couch waiting for me, to hear about the date. And a bunch of my friends from back home in Georgia had FaceTimed me right afterwards too.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
And all of them told me, like, "Liz, are you good?" Because I was almost bewildered at how I felt. I honestly had not felt that treasured and cared for ever on a date before. I went on dates with some great guys, but there was just obviously something different, and it probably came from the depth of already knowing one another. But I think that my first reaction was kind of like, oh my gosh, like, what is this thing? Like, I don't even know if I deserve Roddy. He's so great. And
that's so
my
great.
my friend Kirby, she said, I don't know, like, if you and Roddy are going to end up together, but I know God's going to do something in you with that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had great friends in the beginning who called out some things like that. And I think, if I'm honest, after our first date, I think I knew. And then when I went into our second date going, like, I got to figure out if this guy only works and goes to the gym and doesn't have any friends or something weird like that. So I went into the second date being like, please tell me about your best friends, because that's kind of all I needed to know if he like actually had really good friendships. And then he did. And so after the second date, I was like, okay, yeah, I think I probably am going to marry him.
Yeah. And so the answer to the original question for me was the second date as well.
That's great.
So we were like literally sitting across from each other, like tearing up, listing and recounting the people in our lives that God has given us to love, and
that's amazing.
the meaning of those friendships to us, and to meet someone who loves others that deeply, and we shared that conviction and commitment to people. It was like, whoa, I think I found something good.
It's like a shared mission, right?
Yes,
that's a good way to say it.
And I think that I'm loving you saying that, you know, you're sitting there on the first date thinking, like, I know we're good friends, but is there something more here? I mean, I think that is like such a healthy place to be.
Yeah.
Like and that's why you felt treasured.
Yeah.
Because he did.
Yeah.
Like what he knew about you, he did treasure.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great lessons here for those who are single, you know, can be friends, kind of be together in groups, have the courage to ask, even if you have to try to do hangman for 2 weeks and you finally pick up the phone. Young men, treasure the woman when you take her on a date. You know, all of that.
Yeah.
What's the word? Single ships. What's the word?
Situationships.
Situationships aren't a good idea.
That's not the best.
Yeah.
Well, I know. I'm gonna hand it over to you now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's do it.
You guys got 27 years on us, so we got things to learn.
Yeah.
I know.
Which means, what's crazy is when you're our age, we'll be dead.
No.
Wait, no.
I don't think that's
Maybe
true.
not.
Wait, how old are y'all?
Hold on.
Wait a second.
Let's do the math here. How old are you, Roddy?
I'm 34.
No, babe, that's not
Okay.
true. So I'm 13 years older than
Well,
Roddy.
no, if you add
Wait, no.
27 years to us right now, I'm almost 50.
Yeah.
I'm 13. I'm not gonna be dead 13 years.
No. I was
he's
going.
my
I was
age?
going.
I would like to
add
end this
27
discussion now. I'm
Add
sad.
sorry, guys.
This
I
is
don't
sad.
like
I didn't mean to do
grade.
that.
We don't like sad.
I was only trying to show the difference in age. That's it.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Roddy, do you want to ask Eric a couple of these questions, man to man? How does that feel to you?
Totally. I mean, so in the message we talked about what it means for to find a wife.
Yes.
Check. Found a wife.
Totally.
What does it mean? I mean, in different seasons of life,
Yeah.
like to continue to finding your wife, to continue pursuing her, maybe in different seasons. What does that look like? What do you guys practically
Such a
look
good
like?
question.
Yeah. I think for 26, we're 29. For 28 of the 29 years, I think I would give myself a good grade. For 28 to 29.
When is the bad grade?
The season when I was a youth pastor in right out of
don't
college. There was probably a 6-month window.
That's true.
An
He's
8-month
right.
window where I placed my role above her.
And someone called him out.
Wow.
And
An older man in the church called him out. It's actually like one of the greatest gifts God gave us, probably.
Wow.
yeah, and it came from basically wanting to just do really good ministry before succeed and it probably sinfully like approval. There was I was like at every school event. There was a couple high schools in that town that I was serving as youth pastor. I was having lunch multiple days at school. I was so what happened is I was at a game one night and a parent said to me, I was literally at this kid's game, and the parent of a kid who's I'm watching play says, I heard you were at this school today at lunch. When are you going to bring my kids lunch? And I thought, I'm never going to be able to do enough. I'm never going to, my wife's at home right now. I'm watching your kid play, and it's still not enough.
I still remember that too.
You still want me to bring lunch the next day. Like it's what I just realized is it's never going to be enough.
Wow.
So, and that's the challenging thing about leadership, and whether it's in church or not in church, because I had the same temptations in the marketplace. The role is never done. Like there's always something else you can do. There's always something else you can do. And I realized that because there was always something else I could do, I had moved Kay to second place
Wow.
And
Or third. Maybe Jesus Ministry K.
yeah, but when you get it out of order, I don't know if Jesus is at the top anymore.
That's a very good
you know?
point.
And so
Very
in
good
terms
point.
of my earthly
Wow.
relationships, it was everyone else, then Kay. But I repented of that and apologized to Kay deeply. And I mean, I'm thankful that was just a brief season in our marriage. And thankfully, I'm glad it wasn't the first year of our marriage. It was
I'm grateful.
it was like year 3 of our marriage.
because
Yeah.
we got married in college.
Yeah.
Some people have a hard first year. We didn't have a hard.
We
first
had
couple
great
of years.
first couple of years of marriage.
Yeah.
Because we
Tons
were-
of time together.
Tons of time. We were in college.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was the first big move. That was
Exactly.
hard.
It was the first. That's exactly what it was. It was the first move, trying to establish myself, trying to prove myself.
my first year as a teacher.
Yeah. Yeah.
So to answer your question, I think other than that season, I would give myself high marks on pursuing Kay, and it's different in different seasons. Like what she needs when she's a new mom is she needs a lot of help.
Yes.
You know, she needs to know she's not in this alone. That you're raising kids together.
Wow.
What she needs when the kids, the sad season when all the baby stuff gets sold on Craigslist.
Oh gosh, it's so hard.
Like she needs something different in that season. Like you know, she needs to be reaffirmed on she's the best mother in the world, and that this last season was awesome, but this next season is going to be awesome too. You know.
When I went back to work, you helped me. You majorly helped me there.
Yeah.
Like you would I would go to work really early to get stuff done, and then Eric would. Oh my gosh, this was fun seasons. He would get the girls ready for school, like their hair and everything.
There was a
hilarious.
brief season where
goodness.
Evie preferred me doing her hair. It's insane.
Is it now?
No,
No, I'm
no,
just
not
kidding.
now.
She didn't prefer either one of us doing her hair now, but that was
Yeah.
that was such
Yeah.
a that. And I'm
Yeah.
glad you're saying these things because I do think sometimes we think of pursuit as I think that the notes are amazing, the dates are amazing,
Yeah.
but sometimes it's just looking at where are they and
Wow.
what does she need from
Yeah.
me right
Yeah.
now.
Where's your wife in this season?
Yeah.
And what
That's really
and how
good.
do you serve her? So after her dad passed away, I remember calling a pastor friend and saying, how am I going to help Kay now? And he said, it's the year of first. So first Father's Day, first Thanksgiving, first Christmas.
Oh my gosh, you were so patient that year.
And so
Yes.
just basically
Wow.
realizing that in a long marriage, which you're going to have a long marriage, that you guys are in such a fun season right now. And we're going to have the season again when we become empty nesters. We
if
love
we're not dead.
Yeah,
we
15 years from now.
loved the season that you're in now. But before kids in Miami,
Yeah.
so we had 5 years in Miami without kids.
Wow.
It was what a great city to live in.
It was
Yeah.
so
And you guys,
much
Southern
fun.
California,
Right.
you're the same kind. This is such an awesome season, and we were doing ministry together, just like you're doing ministry together.
Yeah.
Kids is a different season, and so then at that point you have to ask, how do I serve her in this season? And for sure in that season, she feels super loved when I got the 2 a.m. feeding. I got this one.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's just finding ways to pursue her differently in each season.
Yeah. How much of that would you say was a God-given attunement to what she needed? It sounds like you also sought counsel, and then maybe Kay, how much of it was
Me telling him?
this is what I need? Yeah.
she's
A lot of
she's
that.
Okay.
She's really good at telling me.
I think
really
that's
kind.
good.
That's
I
really
think that's
kind.
so
I
good.
do.
I had
Wouldn't you rather not guess?
100%.
I had a really wise
100%.
friend, Mary Kennedy, tell me one time. She's a little bit older than me, not much, and I was complaining, or I was expressing
You were complaining about me?
yeah. No, I'm just kidding. It was more like just disappointed that he's like the dishwasher needs to be unloaded. We both know it needs to be unloaded. Just unload the dishwasher.
Actually, that's the problem. Is sometimes I don't think I know that it needs to be unloaded.
That's what she said. Listen to what she said.
I think I am ignorant on some things.
Wait, you have to hear what she said. She said,
Help me, Mary.
"Have you told him that?"
Yeah, it's good.
And I said, "No, I can see it." And she said, "He is not responsible for something you haven't told him."
Thank you, Mary Kennedy.
No,
Yeah,
no,
God
but
bless
I
you,
want
Mary
you
Kennedy.
guys
I
to
pray,
think.
Lord, bless her right now.
Okay,
Right,
now
favor
there
upon
are
her.
there are certain things that a common sense tells you, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
But dudes lack some common sense in
Yeah,
some things.
we need help.
so she
Diagrams?
said
Yes.
she said make it very clear, hey, I would really
That's
like
good,
it
Mary.
if you would put your rinse off your plate and put it into the dishwasher after you use it.
But
Like-
how don't they know?
Rody and I are not claiming to be wise.
I don't know.
not at all.
But she said, I
You
think,
gotta train
and
us.
it goes both ways, right? Like,
That's good. Yeah.
he's not responsible for something you've never told him.
Yeah.
And it took me like, how can that be? And she's like, I need you to trust me. He's not responsible for something. His
That's
brain
so good.
doesn't think like yours.
Yeah.
So tell him what you need.
That's amazing.
And I think that is helpful, and the way you tell it. Like, it's not like, look, you big dummy, can you see
Yeah.
these dishes? You know, but,
Yeah.
but it's more like, hey, I
That's
I
true.
would really appreciate it if you would do this.
I will say that our whole marriage, you have been a communicator, but you've always been a respectful and kind communicator.
I'm glad those are the times you remember.
I'm sure none of us are
I'm
perfect.
sure
I'm
there's
sure.
are.
I'm sure
I'm
there's
sure
some
there
others,
have
but I don't have memories of those.
I think the question, like, and I think you're answering it so well, like, because it's like, how do you continue to pursue throughout the years? And I think you answered it from the beginning. It's keeping your priorities in order.
Mhm.
Like, because God values marriage, as you love Him more, you're going to love your spouse more.
Yes.
Like, there's no way around that. I mean,
Wow.
as you love Him more, you're going to love your spouse more.
Yeah.
So, gosh, I'm worried about not being able to her to think I'm pursuing her. If you love Jesus more, He is going to give you love for your spouse, and then it just becomes. I think then it just becomes. We just want to do things for them, you know.
And then one of the sad things, is because this world is cruel and broken.
Yeah.
Is there's going to be things in the marriage that are painful. There's going to be a doctor's prognosis or a rebellious kid or, for us, difficulty getting pregnant, or, I mean, there's going to be something.
Yeah.
And that's the season where I think the pursuit becomes even more important.
That is the season where you work hard at it.
Yeah.
And that is the season where your heart follows your words and actions.
That's right. You do, and then your heart follows, as opposed to waiting to your heart to then do.
If you're in if you're listening and you're in a hard season, and you're like, okay, how do I show Him effect? How do I pursue my spouse in this hard season when I am dying?
Yeah.
I really believe. I mean, I know it works. You do it, your heart is going to follow. So you do the actions, you say the words. I mean, you say I love you more than you used to.
Yeah.
You know, you just ramp it all up.
Yeah.
And your heart is going to follow.
Wow.
Now, if you're having a pity party and it's just me, you're going to stay there. I mean, you can be sad. I always tell our kids, you can be sad. Being sad is an emotion. You just can't stay sad.
Yeah.
So you have to make a choice. Like, I am going to choose,
Yeah.
Anyway, so I
It's good.
think,
It's excellent.
Yeah, that's good. I love to, I mean, just you guys have said this on many of the episodes now, the importance of the communication that you guys share. And
a big deal.
That's it. I mean, it sounds like it just in the examples that you're giving right here. It's
you can't really trust someone who isn't honest with you.
right. We had somebody really early on, don't remember who, really grateful for him, tell us, get vulnerable fast. So like,
That's great.
share the reason why you're upset fast.
That's
You know,
great.
rather
That's
than
really
just
good advice.
letting it fester
Yes.
and grow bitter. It's like, no, just get real, share why they hurt you, and like find the resolution and keep going, So I love that. I love how
Definitely.
you guys have been modeling that for us. Well, I'd love to close our time just answering a question from somebody from our church who
Yes,
sent one in that
great.
is so perfect for you guys. And I know you guys have kind of even been talking about this already. I'm excited for these people because it's a couple from Huntington Beach. They're newlyweds expecting a baby.
I love this season so much. This is such a fun season right
Oh
here.
my gosh. They want to know what's the best advice for a long and happy marriage.
Oh, man, this season is so fun.
It's so fun.
When you're like picking colors in the room, or like the changing table,
Yeah.
and what color the.
I really love that you wanted to be a part of all that.
It was so fun. It was such a blast.
Really? I
He
love
did.
that.
Yeah. Now I think that's one of the blessings of it taking us a while to get pregnant.
Yeah.
So then, because you're begging God, and then so when the pregnancy comes, you're like, this is an answer. I've been begging Jesus for this, right? So I'd say you're gonna enjoy. I always tell you, young couples at our church with babies in the strollers, I just say enjoy this season, breathe it in, all of it. The 2 a.m. feeding, and then it's 2 a.m. and 2 p.m. are gonna feel exactly the same. There's gonna be a season where you're like, how am I even functioning? Breathe it all in, because there's gonna come a time when you would do anything to live it again.
Oh.
You know.
And we're too old to have babies now.
Yeah.
Because we're about to die.
That,
Oh my
And I'm going to keep bringing that back up. You know what else I think, and this is going to take some effort, but it's probably particularly for the mom. Invest in your marriage. That's the best advice I can give you during this season. Like, it's going to be nature to let the baby. I mean, the baby is somewhat going to be priority for both of you because the baby can't do anything. Right? So it's depending on the both of you. But there are ways that you can still invest in your marriage with the baby. Like, you still go on dates. I remember we did better with Evie than Eden on this one, but I remember you had tickets. Somebody gave you tickets to a Miami Heat game. Do you remember this?
I mean, I used to get tickets all the time.
I think Evie was like, I think she was like 6 days old.
Amazing.
And Eric was like, I still remember him like kind of being on, like, should I ask her? Should I not ask her?
Yeah.
And I was like, and he's like, babe, somebody gave. He's like, you do not have to, but do you want to go? Maybe it was I think it was Eden actually. It was Eden.
Okay.
Whatever, doesn't matter. And I was like, yes. And he's like, what are we gonna do? And I'm like, we'll figure it out. Like, yes, I want to go.
Aww.
So I think, did I really want to go? Well, I did at that moment, and then when the time came, I was like
exhausted. Yeah.
Like, am I going to be able to do this? I'm so glad I went.
So somebody watched Eden,
or somebody,
whichever kid it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, it
had to be Eden.
It had to be Eden because I was nursing, and I was like, how am I going to do this? Like, this is going to be. But you just do it, you know.
Yeah.
So here is my advice. The baby is going to need a lot of your attention. They deserve a lot of it. They should get a lot of your attention, but that does not mean your spouse gets none. So you still go on the dates. I mean, as soon as you can get back to going on dates, go on the dates.
100% agree.
You don't forget that you have a baby because you had a marriage. Like, and we've said this before too. It's Doug Field's quote: "The greatest gift you can give your child is a healthy marriage."
It's a great quote.
Don't ever stop investing in your marriage, and that is going to mean at this point, which is going to be so fun, it's going to mean time.
Yeah,
it's going to mean time.
I love how you guys make marriage look so fun.
It
is
so
fun.
fun.
I'm just sitting here like I'm excited to be in your season of life.
It's a great season.
It is just, it's really encouraging, truly, because you've highlighted this a lot in the series too. There's just some like grim looks of marriage around us at all times.
Right.
And just relationships, not just marriage, but relationships and broken relationships. So to have you guys here in front of us 29 years in, just like grinning ear to ear about the journey God's brought you on.
We got stuff.
So
we had stuff we were going to do after the kids graduated high school. We've got a list of things. We got.
Oh my God.
We got plans. We have plans.
Oh, I can't wait to hear those. That's going to be fun.
It's gonna be fun. That's going to be fun too.
And we've loved this season, but we want God to give us a vision for the next season. And the season's not over yet. We're loving the season we're in. But
that's what I was going to say.
But the next season, we want to love that too.
I think too, though, like I was just thinking, Eric, I just like, it's just brought to my mind really quickly, is that like when they were babies, we enjoyed them as babies together. Yeah. When they were like preschoolers, we played with them as preschoolers together. Like, I mean, I'm talking like we were both dressing up. Or we were,
yes.
I mean.
We got some strange pictures.
Yeah, we do. We really do. I mean, same thing, like elementary, like I think we enjoyed every season together.
Yeah.
Which is probably, I don't even know how we need to do that, but.
You probably just really enjoy each other.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think that's it. Yeah.
I love that.
That's great.
I love that. It's beautiful.
Liz, it's been a while since you signed us off. Why don't you close us out?
I'd be happy to. Thank you guys for joining us for the If I Had More Time podcast.